Okay, now for all you Predator fans, it's on to the Predator stuff I have. I don't have much as far as Predator, but what I do have is I have a custom Pred vial. These are all 1-to-1 scale, meaning they'll fit the actual Predator costumes, the Predator heads, so 1-to-1 scale. Brittany, you want to skim around here and get a picture of that custom and then that wolf Predator side by side. These are the molds I have. These are actual casts from it. And I'll explain the acid burn here in a second.
Yeah, they don't come with the acid burn or the tea.
Nope. I'll explain that. Okay, you good? Alright, the way it's done is the Dremel, we use a Dremel with a big round sanding wheel to make the tea. Any acid burn is done is you put Vaseline actually in the mold. So when you slush cast, it will create acid marks. And that's how you do the acid burns. A little bit of Vaseline and call it a day. Alright, so that's the custom Predator bio. Predator bios usually sell for anywhere between, you know, low end with a raw cast, maybe 75 for raw cast. 150 is what they normally cost though. Sometimes more for finished ones, so on and so forth. It depends on if you want to run a sale or whatnot. So this is going to go for 200.
And these are really easy to finish. You get way more when you finish them, and it doesn't even take a can of spray paint.
Yeah,
and 30
silver
minutes
blackening
of your time.
or copper and blackening, some visor put in. And this is only the miscellaneous one, or the custom one, has only had like 4 pulls, I think. We sold 2 online, we had 2 for ourselves. So 4 pulls out of the custom. So all these molds are, like I said, are really, really good shape. The Wolf Predator bio. This was made by a good buddy of mine, J-Jack. The master was. And then, but it's beautiful. And it's the one you saw up on the wall. Actually, that's a cast. The one on the wall is a cast.
Mm-hmm.
And they clean up really nicely. All the claws are already on them. All the writing's already on it. Everything's already on it. If you want to add acid burn, use the Vaseline method, like I said before. And it's 1-to-1 scale as well.
This one also fits the smaller female Predator mask.
How do you know this?
Because that's the one we have.
Sweet baby Jesus, there you go. Alright, so it fits the male and female version of the Pred vials. Most of them do, anyway, but sometimes the females are smaller. Because it is actual movie Pred vial, not a custom Pred vial, there's going to be more of a calling for this. So I'm going to have to say 300 for this one plus shipping. And like I said, this hasn't had many pulls. This is, excuse me.
We sold 3, and then we have 2 at the house here for
2
us.
at the house here. 1 is the master.
Oh, okay. So it's had 5 pulls then.
It's had 5 pulls. All right, so 5 pulls. There you go. Okay, that's enough for the Predator stuff. While I'm at it, at the miscellaneous kind of things, here's the Iron Man Mark 1. Can you do me a favor, Mason? Can you go up on there and grab me that master, the Iron Man Mark 1 master? Just push it all out of the way, man. Alright, so while Mason gets the master to show you all, because I don't have any casts here, very simple, rebound 25 mold, bucket style mold. You come all the way down pretty much to the lip, and it's very round, it's very bowlish. All the holes already drilled for the bolts. You don't even need, I have 1 bolt in right now, and that's just to keep it on here. Other than that, you just grab it by the sides and you cast this way, and that's it. It's Mark 1. This is the master for the Mark 1. Beautiful helmet. I don't know what else to say.
You can probably get 5 of these out of a gallon of plastic. It doesn't take a
yeah,
lot
these
to
don't take a lot at all. Yeah, you're right. 5. At least 5 out of a gallon of plastic for these, and they still go for 150 bucks a piece for a raw cast. So, and we've only pulled, how many of these we pulled?
Probably 3.
Yeah, 3. I gave
4.
4, but most of them were given away.
Yeah.
They weren't sold.
But we did sell 2.
Sold 2. I had one for myself, and I gave 1 away. I'm asking. This one I did have posted.
For 5.
4 or 5?
All helmet molds were $500 minus the.
I'm gonna say
bios.
5 if my article that you show me from Facebook says less, or Replica Prop Forum says less, then I'll go with the less one. But for now, I'm gonna have to go with 5 as well. Yes, that's what we initially thought about doing, all helmets for 5. Okay, onward. Next is gonna be, before we get into all my Halo stuff. Well, that's all miscellaneous stuff right there. This is a Scorpion from Mortal Kombat 9. I did not make this. A buddy of mine, John, had made this actual mold. I bought it from him. These things, finished myself for like $75. What did Daniel pay for his?
He did not specify.
Yeah, he's got a Noob Saibot one. I had the other Scorpion one, which, yeah, still about $75 is what they sell for. And you, out of a gallon of plastic, you might be able to get 15 of these freaking things. So, I mean, these are small, and there's not a whole lot of casting to them.
We've only pulled one out of it.
I've only pulled one because I wanted to master and then remold it myself eventually. So, I don't know.
And we don't even have that one left, so you'd be getting the only copy.
Yes, this is it. Because I don't even have that one that I made anymore. So, $75. $75. Okay, plus the shipping. Let's go into miscellaneous before I get into Halo. There's quite a bit of Halo stuff here, so we're going to get into miscellaneous. These, keep in mind, I do miscellaneous projects for things, and these are anywhere from Fallout to Halo to Predator to Bioshock.
And some crossover.
Some crossover stuff. These are miscellaneous molds. I'm selling them as a bulk. I'm not selling for much, so you might as well just freaking buy them in bulk. I don't want to keep track of what's what as far as little things. Explain what each of these little molds are, and we will go from there. This mold here is for the Halo pistol. It creates a small rail system that screws onto the bottom of the pistols, and then this is a rangefinder that mounts to the rail system. It actually slides on. It's pretty neat. I molded them, made them and molded them to add them to pistols. Alright. This is a sloppy mold. It was made from a bunch of excess molding material we had. My wife wanted mushrooms to put into a tank. So she filled it with flex foam, but she molded, or she sculpted a mushroom base and then mushroom heads, and she filled it with flex foam and assembles them, and you can make little freaking mushrooms for your Smurfs or something.
They look good in frog aquariums.
They look really good. They do. They look really good. Surprisingly, they're little mushrooms. This is a mold, one of the first molds I've ever made, minus the Hayabusa helmet, which by the way is not being sold because it's sentimental value. So that's my first mold ever, and that's not being sold.
$1,500 and it's yours.
It will never be sold. So this is a needler. It's a needle for a needler, because we sculpted one for the needler project we were doing, and we found that this type of mold, it will hold resin, it'll hold fiberglass resin, it will hold hot glue.
Yeah, plastic has never been used
Plastic
in that
has never
mold.
been used. That's right. Plastic has never been in this mold. We made 8 hot glue needles. We just took hot glue sticks, put them in a pot, put them on low, simmer or whatever, melted them, poured them in one at a time, let them cool, pull them out. Because then if someone hits your needles, they bend and flex, they don't break, and you can set your gun down. So.
And you can light them up.
And you can actually put lights in.
You can put like the little LEDs.
It diffuses the LED straight through the hot glue. So it's really nice. But yeah, that's part of this batch of stuff. These are miscellaneous components that I used on the drill for my Big Daddy Delta. It's an Allen key style and a few gears and a few different gear ratio style, gear style components.
Be good for steampunk stuff.
Steampunk stuff, definitely it would
closer.
be. And yeah, I use them for details, actual details that are on the Big Daddy Delta drill. So if you ever feel like doing Big Daddy, that's some of the detailing that I've used.
That's Big Daddy too.
That is not Big Daddy. I'll get into that in a second. This is Big Daddy. This is in the top of a syringe because he had these 2 syringe style, T-style buckles right here where it's rope wrapped around, and we use the top of a syringe to create that T. So that's what that is. And these were made for the weights on his belt, lead weights for his belt. That's also Big Daddy Delta. Onward with Big Daddy Delta. These are some standard little rivet style bolts that we had made, which mounted to certain spots of his armor. And then these are actually, you can't tell because you just look round, but they go in, they split off. These are actually
wing nuts.
Wing nuts, but you have plastic wing nuts to glue to the outside of the visor for the Big Daddy Delta or anywhere else you need to look like you have it tightened down with wing nuts. And it's very light, very cheap versus actual wing nuts. Or greeblies, as some people call them. Last but not least for the Big Daddy portion was, this is the belt buckle portion for Big Daddy Delta, where the rope fastens. The rope runs through here and then comes up and fastens to his chest. All of these have very minimal pulls from them. This has only had one pull, and that was the one I made for myself. I never released it because I didn't release the Big Daddy files. I didn't release the Big Daddy project. So there you go. This is really nice for, and I might have to use this before I get rid of it. So it might have one more pull from this each. Sorry. Because these are the claw style things for the wolf predator bile. I molded them first, put them onto because the first ones were sculpted, and then I molded them and then attached them to the master and then molded the master with them on. So then I had this excess. But they also make nice little rancor claws or freaking Sith, little spikes for the Sith heads. And if you're a Force Hunter, people buy stuff for the Force Hunter to put on their armor as trophies because Sith are Force users. So that's what my wife wants. She wants some of these for her Force Hunter kit because she was probably hunting Sith. So you can use them for multiple greeblies and other types of things. Bone style stuff like this is also really good for Crusader Mandalorians as well.
Yeah, we had a Crusader put those around their helmet.
Yes, Chris is the Crusader. Yep. And onward. This is actually Iron Man pieces. And that's what I built these for. I had an Iron Man kit that I wasn't fully happy with. It needed this piece for the arc reactor. And this piece here, what you do is you pour your plastic in, and while it flashes the plastic, but it's still soft, which means it's green. You take it out, and right about here you bend it over a pen. So it's not totally flat. It's like this over a pen, and then this again. And that was a collarbone piece, a detail for the Iron Man armor that was missing when I got it, so I wanted to build my own. Here we go again. If you ever want to do predator biles as well, you have the teeth for, like I said, you have the teeth for making a wolf predator bile. Plus you have the little triangle with the little laser finder. We needed to make an extra copy of it one time, and I was already making this mold, so I put it in here as well. So you have a miscellaneous freaking triangular rangefinder for the predator bile right here. These were initially made by Caitlin, which were, and she made for us, but they were arbiter armor plates for the arm. And what we started using them for, the reason I molded them is because we started using them for collar armor. So you can put them in while they're soft, bend them, or heat gun them afterwards and bend them. And you can make armor for neck collars. They make nice greeblies for anything else. You can make bracelets or whatever type of armor pieces you want to make.
We used them on gauntlets.
Yeah, we use them on gauntlets. You can use them for shoulder connectors for your chest to your back. A lot of miscellaneous products they can be used
Side
for.
armor. Side
armor is the other thing they're used for, yeah. And last but not least, out of miscellaneous, are these things. These are actually a little bit of history behind these. T-51 Bravo kneecaps, left and right. They're not identical, so we had to make two. But they're kneecaps for T-51 Bravo armor, which is from Fallout. Alright, so that goes with miscellaneous stuff too. Alright. That's all miscellaneous. That whole miscellaneous pile, keep in mind that's quite a bit of rubber there, so it's going to weigh a lot. I could send them out in segments. I could do whatever you need me to do as far as sending stuff. We can also
depending on where you're located, I might be able to put them all in a flat rate box.
$75. I mean, that's about half of what's in just the material. But all of them are Dragon Skin or Rebound 25. And also, side note, this has only been had one pull as well, and that was for Chris's kit.
It didn't even have a pull out of it. We just pulled the master from it. We never even cast from it.